The K10 so far is the best equipped battery monster from Oukitel. We put this phone to the test for 2 weeks as a daily driver, and in this review you will learn everything you need to know about it. The review sample was provided by GearBest once again, where you can buy it starting at €220. The link as usual is placed down in the video description. Now if you have small hands or small pockets, don't even bother to get a K10. With a thickness of a whopping 1.4 cm, this phone is far away from slim, and with 287 grams it's heavy as well. Still, if your hands are big enough, the phone feels surprisingly comfortable, which probably is due to the angled sides towards the rear. By the way, the phone is made from plastic for the most part, which has a rubberized finish that feels pretty nice. The rear is covered by leather, which we are not sure if it's synthetic or real. On the inside, the phone packs a metal chassis, which makes it rather sturdy despite the plastic body. Some metal stripes at the left and right aim at underlining the sturdiness. The buttons are pretty big for a phone and don't rattle at all, plus they offer a very nice tactile feedback. The front packs an unusually shaped screen glass that nicely follows the contours of the phone. It also seems to be thicker than average. Something that is a little disturbing is the initial smell of this phone. The leather bag emits a smell that reminds a bit of waterproofing spray, and it takes around 2 weeks until it's completely gone. We recommend placing the phone on the heater for a day to speed this process up. The screen is manufactured by AU Optronics. It's an in-cell LCD panel in 80:9 format with a resolution of 2160 by 1080 pixels. The screen offers sharp picture, very good viewing angles, and vivid but natural colors. The color temperature is pretty natural out of the box and can be adjusted using MediaTek Mirror Vision settings. The screen reaches an impressively high brightness and remains perfectly readable even under bright sunshine. The automatic brightness control could be a little bit less aggressive though. The touchscreen supports 10 touch points and works pretty well. Touches are recognized precisely and with a minimal input delay, so fast typing is absolutely possible on this phone. The screen glass has slightly grease repellent properties and a comfortable gliding resistance. So far it remained free of scratches without any protection. Equipped with a 16nm Helio P23 SoC, the Oukitel K10 delivers a sufficient performance for daily use while staying rather power efficient. The phone runs smooth and snappy and apps are opened pretty fast. We never felt the urgent need for something more powerful during regular daily use. The phone also stays pretty cool, which means that there is no thermal throttling. If you love playing demanding games, the K10 isn't perfect though. There can be some skipped frames on newer titles, but of course you can always reduce graphics settings for a smooth gameplay. With 6 GB of LPDDR4X RAM, the K10 packs enough memory for a very decent multitasking experience. For your personal data, there are 64 GB of storage, which reaches very satisfying data rates. If you need more storage, you can throw in a microSD card in exchange for dual SIM support. The SD slot reaches good data rates as well. Regarding the sensors, it seems like Oukitel finally learned that this is important. The K10 packs everything important, and that includes a gyroscope, compass and a step counter, and all of the sensors work just fine. The fingerprint scanner on the back of the phone works reliable, but unlocking can take a second or sometimes even a bit more. But that's not caused by the sensor itself, but the software instead. For some reason it takes ages to wake up from standby, but that means that the issue is fixable with a software update. The K10 packs an RGB status LED which is placed above the screen. Unfortunately, it isn't possible to set up colors for notifications. The USB Type-C port supports the USB 2.0 standard and OTG. Unfortunately, Oukitel uses a port that is longer than normal. Standard length plugs still work, but they are quite loose. The Oukitel K10 is shipped with Android 7.1.1, which, except for a slightly customized launcher, looks like stock Android. The security patch present while testing this phone was December 2017, which is due to the fact that the current software version is from early January 2018. Support for multi-language is pre-installed and you can choose from plenty of languages. The Google Play Store comes pre-installed as well and works without any issues. What's nice to see is that the K10 even packs Google certification. Something the K10 shines with is reception quality. In mobile networks, the signal strength is top-notch and the phone handles areas with weak coverage well. And 20 LTE is supported too. Same thing applies to Wi-Fi networks. Reception quality is top-notch and there is pretty much no bandwidth difference one floor below the router. Bluetooth has an awesome reach as well and easily covers an entire floor as well as some rooms below. One highlight is support for NFC, which still is a rare thing on Chinese phones. To make things perfect, GPS works fine as well. It reaches a very good accuracy, which results in very precise route tracking, and of course navigation works like a charm too. The media speaker unfortunately disappoints. It sounds flat and quickly distorts on the higher volume levels. The included Type-C to 3.5mm adapter offers a decent audio quality but has some issues with interferences on silent parts. The telephony quality is average, but still there never have been issues understanding each other, so don't worry about that. What you shouldn't have are high expectations regarding the camera. The phone packs a dual cam on both the front and the rear, but it's the usual fake and thus not usable. The so-called bokeh effect is nothing more than a crappy circular cutout, sharp inside, unsharp outside. Now the boomer is that not even the single camera mode convinces. Picture quality just isn't good, the images always look kinda blurry and the colors don't seem right, and as soon as there isn't enough light available, the pictures become entirely unusable. For the selfie cam, things don't look much different. As with the front camera, pictures just don't look good and become even worse in low light situations. Full HD videos recorded with the main camera don't look good either. Again, they lack sharpness and detail, and the same applies to the front camera, which has the additional issue of asynchronous audio. Next, let's get to the star of the show, and that's the battery. Oukitel does advertise 11,000 milliamps. Our external measurements, however, resulted in 9,978 milliamps. Now, if this is due to cheating from Oukitel or just the inaccuracy of our measurement is unclear. What is clear, however, is that the battery life is insane. Oukitel does advertise 6 days of battery life with normal use, and guess what? This is actually true. And even with heavy usage, 3 days of battery life are still pretty much possible, and let's face it, that's just a great result. But even more impressive is how fast it charges. The K10 uses a fast charger with 5 amps and 5 volts, so it charges with a whopping 25 watts. It takes just an hour to charge the battery from 20 to 70% and 2 hours to 100%. And a nice detail is that, like with OnePlus Dash Charge, the phone doesn't get hot while charging. Verdict: the Oukitel K10 at the moment definitely is one of the most interesting and enduring battery monsters out there. At a comparably affordable price tag, you get a well-performing phone with an awesome battery life. It's just sad that Oukitel screwed up the cameras, which for sure will cost them a lot of customers. But still, anyone who doesn't need a proper camera inside his phone should have a closer look at this one. And that's the end of this review. A shop link and more information are located down in the video description. I was Christopher for CMM, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.